This particular program is actually meant to provide mass education opportunity for us. So the first thing you need to consider under pre-resumption phase preparation by schools is that, number one, there must be thorough cleaning of the environment. This is very, very important. It will be easy for the government agency to properly do what we call the contact tracing. It's preparation by the pupils and students themselves, because all of us need to prepare and we need to be on the same page to make sure that we are ready to go back to school. This particular program is actually meant to provide mass education opportunity for us. So the first thing you need to consider under pre-resumption phase preparation by schools is that, number one, there must be thorough cleaning of the environment. This is very, very important. It will be easy for the government agency to properly do what we call the contact tracing. It's preparation by the pupils and students themselves, because all of us need to prepare and we need to be on the same page to make sure that we are ready to go back to school. This particular program is actually
Yes, it's a beautiful Friday in the city of Lagos, Ikeja to be precise, and we are here on CACTV to bring you the news making headlines around the globe. I am Modot Dominic.
And I'm Dapo Olorunto. Good morning, Modot. Good morning, Nigeria.
Good morning,
Engineer.
And my name is Oladipo.
Engineer Ola. Engineer, the only daddy in the house. All right, quickly we'll go on a break, and when we come back we'll take our quotes for the day, and then we'll take a look at the reviews that we have for you. Stay tuned, we'll be right back.
Welcome back. So the quote for the day is from the book of Matthew 11 verse 28. It says, "Come unto me, all who labor and are heavy laden, and I will give you rest. In other words, God is asking us to come unto Him. You and I, who are heavy laden, who are going through distress, who are going through challenges of life, He cares about us. He likes to lift those burdens off our neck. And that's what I would recommend for you. Either you are in Nigeria or outside Nigeria. Either you are in Lagos or outside Lagos. Wherever you may be, whatever thing you may be going through, my recommendation for you this morning is lean on the shoulder of Christ, and He will carry you. Find rest and relief in the comforting presence of God, because He cares for you, and God bless you. Thank you.
Yes, thank you so much, Dapo, for that insightful
You're welcome.
note. Okay, quickly we'll take a look at the stories making headlines, and first on our list is the Punch newspaper. And the first story that we have on the Punch says FG may pay 1.68 trillion naira fuel subsidy. Marketers forecast 900 per litre. Petrol price to rise again as naira nears 1,000 naira. Crude oil hits $95. IPMAN warns. Operators commend government for subsidy proposal. COS oppose fresh subsidy. The federal government may spend about 1.68 trillion naira as subsidy on premium motor spirits, popularly called petrol, from September to December this year. And an analysis of data provided by oil marketers and the sector has shown. PMS dealers stated on Thursday that the pump price of petrol should be between 890 to 900 naira per litre, based on the fall of the naira against the United States dollar and the surge in the price of crude in the international market. Petrol currently sells at between 598 naira and 617 naira per litre, depending on the location of purchase, fueling suspicion that the commodity is being subsidized by the federal government. So that's the first story that we have on the Punch newspaper. So there's a whole lot to that. This fuel subsidy thing and the price of crude oil that we have to import. I already said it on Wednesday when we heard that Dangote refinery will be importing crude oil, and the effect of it would definitely reflect on the price of petrol being sold in the market. So I'm going to start with you, Engineer Ola. Let me hear your view on this.
Well, I think we have said this before here. On this particular matter, I said it that time that the petrol pump price depends on two factors. One is the international price for the crude oil, and the other one is the exchange rate of our currency to dollars. When the exchange rate rises, what do you expect? The crude oil price in the market, the international market, will rise. And when the exchange rate in Nigeria is not stable, it's not stabilized. Now, a dollar is going for about 1,000 naira, and that means the value of our naira is depreciating. And when this happens, what do you expect in Nigerian economy? So Nigeria will go. The wind, where the wind is blowing us to, Nigerian economy is now not able to write about. So the federal government have to set up a committee to look into the economy and see what they can be able to do.
Development to our correspondent in an exclusive telephone interview on Thursday. Mohbad's corpse has been exhumed today, and medical experts have successfully concluded the autopsy on the corpse tonight, which was yesterday. Concern is, as the police is to the outcome of the autopsy. So currently, basically the whole story is just going about how they've been able to exhume the body, and the autopsy has been done. So right now, Nigeria is eagerly waiting. In fact, we are eagerly waiting to know what the result of the autopsy is. And as at yesterday, I think for about a few days now, the rally has been ongoing. The youth have been on the street. Yesterday they did a candle light for him, and a lot of musicians were there. They were there to show contribution, and it was quite impressive that the rally was for justice was peaceful, and that's what we've been praying for. And we look forward to a better Nigeria where people would come out, hear their voice in peace, and then we won't have to go back and forth on okay, so the protest has been hijacked. So the protest was quite peaceful, and for me, I can't wait to hear the result of the autopsy. As regards this, a picture yesterday also shown that when the corpse was exhumed from the grave where it was buried, the blood was so fresh, and the argument still goes on and on that there is more to this that we do not know. So I don't know if Bishop, do you have anything to say to this?
Well, it's sad because we live in a society where life is not as valued as it should. We live in the part of the world where anything can happen to anybody, and evil keeps repeating itself, and we are not moved. There is no empathy in us, and that is the reason why we have all this kind of scenario. Should someone suffer for being a social entertainer, or what do they call them, a musician or whatever, the death of this young guy is sad, and it has bring about lots of reaction. A lot of people are sad. Most of the people who I don't know him at all.
I didn't know him until
but the death
mm-hmm.
has made him so famous, and everybody is so interested in what killed the young man, to the point with the police report, there were indications that they made a statement that the nurse that administered an injection on him had been arrested, is in their custody. I think that's the only person that has been arrested so far. So unlike the speculations that so person was, so we've had lots of story, but from the police spokesperson, only the nurse has been arrested and so still detained
we
at
hope that
their station.
Yes, so we hope that by the time the autopsy report is out, those whoever perpetrated or the perpetrators will be brought to book and justice will be served accordingly. Okay, quickly we'll take a look at the next story that we have, and this says academic record delay Atiku's request, Tinubu tells US court. President Bola Tinubu on Thursday filed an emergency motion to stop the Chicago State University, United States, from releasing his academic record to the People's Democratic Party presidential candidate Atiku Abubakar. Tinubu is seeking a delay in the implementation of the self-effectuating order directing, I beg to say, to the CUS to comply with Atiku's subpoenas till Monday. Okay, this the Punch reports that the magistrate Jeffrey Gilbert of the U.S. District Court for Northern District of Illinois on Tuesday ordered Tinubu's all matters to provide all relevant and non-privileged documents to the applicant Atiku within 2 days. Okay, so that's the next story that we have from the Punch newspaper. So I'll come to you, Engineer Ola.
Well, I don't have more to say on that. Well, the matter is in court, and we'll wait for the outcome of the court case. But one thing I want to say here is that an adage says that do not wash your your dirty linen outside. What we are doing is uncalled for. There's a case in Nigeria here. There's a litigation in the presidential election. We are taking it to far away place in America. What we do today will become history tomorrow. And then in law there is always a citation, and now they always refer to what is happening. So if you do good, you meet it. If you do bad, you meet it. I do not understand the kind of game they are playing now. Are you saying that in the American presidential election, they will refer back to that, like, okay, it was even said in America that Obama is not an American, Obama is blah, 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 this, and the case was resolved. Let us wait for the court. The final judgment has been rendered that, okay, we allow you to present the documents. That is one thing. And when you bring documents into Nigeria, what is going to be the decision of the Supreme Court in Nigeria? We can say now, let's wait, time will tell. Who is going to win at the end of the day? Time will tell. But I know that there are so many pages uncovered in Nigerian politics. Many pages uncovered.
No, my only concern is the fact that we keep pushing ourselves to the world, exposing ourselves to the world, and this is so not it. So let me come to you, Bishop. What do you have to say?
Well, you see, it's unfortunate that we are in this mess, because it's really messy to imagine our political gladiators wanting to investigate each other and selling off their reputation to the Western world. Be that as it may, the reason for all of this is to have a president who has a credible record. There are concerns as regards where he studied, if truly he obtained a certificate, if it was a degree, if it was a diploma. Stories like this have been surrounding the president. And I watched is one of the ministers, I think Minister of Aviation, Mr. Keyamo, who said they brought his high school certificate to him at home, and he was being asked again by one of the journalists that do you mean that he did not go to school? And he said no, he has not brought out his certificate. But great men, they bring their certificate to them at home, that then you learn from home or something. So all of these issues can cause someone to further want to investigate. So, and take for the allegation, for instance, when they said the former president Muhammadu Buhari doesn't have a certificate, a certificate, and the president said at the time that he had a school certificate from Cambridge University, the same Cambridge University. None of our media house deemed fit to investigate how true it was if the president truly obtained a certificate from Cambridge University. All the media houses in Nigeria at the time were all over the place saying WAEC official of 2015 denied signing the documents of WAEC. How did WAEC finish school in 2015? How come you want the one is the office in 2015 to attest to his certificate? So, in other words, it was the BBC that now raised the matter. They investigated. They were the one that now brought to the public that truly President Muhammadu Buhari finished from Cambridge University. So, coming into this matter now, President Tinubu is likely to suffer the same route. Let me conclude. If the present investigation by the pro-article team provides us his certificate as requested by the law, then this matter will be laid to rest. Do you understand me? And that's what we can move forward as a people. Because by tribunal's judgment, President Tinubu won the case. They are approaching the Supreme Court for a new judgment. Be that as it may, the school matter should be laid to rest.
So, but my question is, if he's asking for, if the Tinubu, if they're asking for all of this, why is President Bola Ahmed Tinubu coming out to say that he wants a delay for the request that they are making so far? So it shows that there is so much to this. My point is, why is he requesting for a delay?
He's not the one requesting for a delay. You have a legal person. They have legal advisors. They have legal team. And to be the president of a nation, there is the whole world is open to you. At the moment he's in US or so, or maybe he's back
in
US. So they have the legal team who are in the position of advising Mr. President. This is what we recommend. We propose that they delay the report for so and so reason. This is best known to them. But as on my own, in my own opinion, the matter is in court. The court has render a judgment or a verdict that the Chicago State University should give them the certificate. When they have it, all of us can be addressed and we can move forward. Thank you.
Okay, Engineer Lang.
Well, I've told you my own take on the matter. You understand? The matter is in court. Let's wait for the court judgment. That is one from America. And when they come back to Nigeria, we will listen to what the Supreme Court will have to say on the matter. But I know very well that Nigerians will have to be very careful in our public utterances, because in the court of law, the lawyers will say that whatever you say now will be taken as an evidence against you in the court of law. So we have to be very careful, because what we do today will become history tomorrow.
All right, that is very important. We have to be mindful of what we say, especially when we have cases that are already in court. All right, we'll go on a quick break, and when we come back, we'll take further reviews making headlines. So stay tuned. We'll be right back.
This particular program is actually meant to provide mass education opportunity for us. So the first thing you need to consider under presumption phase preparation by schools is that, number one, there must be thorough cleaning of the environment. This is very, very important. It will be easy for the government agency to properly do what we call the contact tracing. It's preparation by the pupils and students themselves, because all of us need to prepare and we need to be on the same page and make sure that we are ready to go back to school.
Yes, welcome back from that quick break, and thank you so much for staying tuned. Please feel free to drop your comment on our social media handle. You can check us on CACTV on YouTube and also on Facebook. Drop your comment, your suggestions, your contributions are highly welcome. And so we'll look at the next newspaper review, looking at Vanguard. Okay. We're looking at Vanguard now. So the first story that we have from Vanguard says fresh strike looms as NLC's ultimatum expires today. As the ultimatum by the Nigerian Labour Congress (NLC) to the federal government to address the mass suffering and pains occasioned by the removal of subsidy on the petrol expires today. The leaders of the Congress will meet next week to decide when to begin an indefinite nationwide strike. But the Vanguard gathered that the Vice President, Senator Kazim Shettima, has been meeting with some members of the government team on how to avert the strike. It was also gathered that the Minister of Finance, Wale Edun, and the Minister of Labour and Employment, Simon Lalong, alongside the Vice President, are putting together a package including wage awards to be presented to the NLC leadership. On their request so far. So my question is, what's the effect? Because I don't think these people are really thinking about the effect it will have on the masses when they go on this strike. And why is our government delaying in the process of giving response or giving ears to their request? Engineer Ola.
Okay, in the first instance, let's look at it this way. The labor market is requesting for increase in wages, that is increment in salary. But as of today, what is the purchasing power of Naira locally? Internationally, the purchasing power of 1 Naira, of $1,000 is equivalent to how much in Nigeria today? So what you can buy in America for $1,000 is how much in Nigeria today? You cannot afford it. So the value of Naira has really depreciated. Let's talk about the value of Naira. There are things that we know that if you put pressure on it, it's going to bounce back to us and will suffer tremendously. If the exchange rate today is about 1,000 Naira to $1, that means that in Nigeria today, if you have 1,000 Naira, what is the purchasing power of that 1,000 Naira? So if Labour is asking for increment in wages, if the salary is increased today, can you still afford, if your salary is 30,000 Naira, you are being paid 60,000 Naira today, can you afford to buy petrol to your car? You cannot.
At all.
Because the crude oil price in the market is around $98 per barrel as of today. That means a car owner in Nigeria now want to fill your car, you want to travel from Lagos to Ilorin, and you want to fill your car. How much are you going to spend? Maybe about 120,000 Naira. That is 60,000 Naira will fill your tank to go to Ilorin, and coming back from Ilorin, another 60,000 Naira, 120,000 Naira. How do you justify that?
That's alarming.
No, we have to allow the government to set up a committee that will have to work on the Nigerian economy.
No, but they are actually not.
I'm coming. You are saying, oh, okay, why did you remove the subsidy?
Okay, so Engineer, I'm going to cut you there. So quickly, we'll go on a break, and when we come back, we'll dive further